Howdy everybody and welcome back to my channel. New Super Mario Bros. Wii has always been one of the greatest Mario games we have ever had, and one part of the game that makes it so great is its awesome boss battles. Unfortunately, we haven't had boss battles as well executed as the ones on the Wii in a while, so I decided to remake these boss battles in Super Mario Maker 2. So today, I will be showing you the level I made to resemble these boss battles. And these battles are more of just ideas than full levels, so if you want to use any similar tricks I used in this level, feel free to. Now before we get into the video, press the subscribe button below to help us reach our goal of 1,000 subscribers before next September in 2025. And if you like this video, don't forget to share it with someone you know who would enjoy it too. Now let's get started. Right at the start of making the course, I began with the Larry boss fight. In this boss fight, the floor is made of giant cylinders that alternate up and down while you try to defeat Larry. Now Super Mario Maker 2 doesn't really have anything like that, so I knew I'd have to make my own. At first, I tried to use conveyor belts with launcher cannons on them, but that didn't work because I couldn't find a good way to get the cannons onto the top conveyor. So I scrubbed that idea and tried rails, which also didn't work, but this time for multiple reasons. I did want to mention them, however, as they would be interesting options for any of you who don't like the final moving floor technique, if you can get them to work. Though I ended up just using lifts and the bullet bill cannons, which worked out pretty well, after I replaced the bullet bills with coins, of course. Now for the progression of the level, I was originally going to use hard blocks that blocked the scrolling of the camera through the wall until a spike ball destroyed them, but I couldn't figure out how to make sure a spike ball would spawn only after I defeated the boss, so I just added key doors for the 7 Koopalings. So after Larry, it was time for Roy. Now, Roy already has a similar behavior in Super Mario Maker 2 as he did in New Super Mario Bros. Wii, so I just added a bunch of pipes to mimic the giant pipes in the boss fight for the Wii. It seemed to work out pretty well too, because he can do the exact same move as he would do on the Wii. Lemmy was pretty much the same as Roy, with the boss fight having the same behavior in Mario Maker 2 as he did on the Wii. The only difference was the giant ball that he bounced on. But I decided to just forget about that and stick with the original. Now, because you can only have 4 sets of doors per course in Mario Maker, I knew I would have to have 2 separate areas for the different Koopalings. But because I didn't want to make Lemmy even easier to get past by allowing you to just go through a pipe, I decided to add a key door in the sub area so that you would have to defeat Lemmy before going through to the next boss. For Wendy, I just made the water fill up and empty the room so that the boss fight would be like it was on the Wii. It also filled up the room with the locked door though, but oh well, a little water never hurt. Now you may have already noticed this, but I had more than just a door placed at the entrance for the rooms. I also placed a sideways trampoline on a track and a one-way door, so that the player will be pushed into the boss fights and not be able to go back. It didn't always seem to work though, so if you want to use this same mechanic in your levels, try placing the sideways trampoline in the space above the door so it will fall on the player when they come through. Now, Iggy was a little more challenging than the previous 3, because on the Wii he would ride in a cart pulled by a chain chomp. Though in Super Mario Maker, there isn't anything for Iggy to ride. I tried placing a lift, but he would just jump off of it. And if I put him on the track behind the chain chomp, he would just fall off the track whenever he was hit and became a shell. So for this boss, I just decided to leave him on the ground and have the track have a chain chomp on it. I was using a big chain chomp at first, but that seemed to be a little too difficult, so a small chain chomp was a little better. After Iggy, we have Morton. So after adding a pipe back to the first area, I started work on it. Now in the Wii version, what Morton does is he will slam down on a pillar in the ground, and the pillars on either side of him will go up straight to the ceiling. We don't have anything like this though, so I had to come up with something else for the pillars. I thought about making something with seesaws, but I couldn't figure out how I would get it to work, so I just went with the same floor as Larry, but with smaller lifts. That made it feel too easy though, and the lack of danger from giant pillars just made it seem like I copied Larry's boss battle. So I decided to add skewers to the sides of the stage as well. Now for Ludwig, the boss fight is pretty much the same as the Wii. I literally just added lifts to tracks and made them run up to the top of the vertical sub-area. Now, unlike in the Wii, you will have to wait until the tracks reach the top of the stage instead of them automatically being there after defeating Ludwig, but it's not too long of a wait, so it's all okay. Now it's through a pipe and on to the final boss. For Bowser, I started by adding the first part, where you make the bridge disappear and Bowser fall into magma. That was just a simple use of on-off blocks, but then it was on to the giant Bowser fight. To enter the area with giant Bowser, I added a giant spike block pipe that is triggered by the on-off block used to destroy the bridge. I tried to add it behind the hard blocks, but it wasn't seeming to spawn the spike ball, so I had to add it to the first boss area. It hurts you when it goes to destroy the hard blocks, but you can't get down from the on-off switch if you're small, so it really can't kill you. Just remove any power you have. For the giant Bowser fight, I just added a second Bowser that's a big variant. Now for the actual stage though, I wanted to make Bowser actually destroy the blocks for it like he did on the Wii. So I initially used regular blocks for it. I didn't want the player to also be able to destroy the blocks though, so I ended up using hard blocks instead. When I went to create the level, I quickly ran into two issues. One is that there wasn't enough vertical room for the whole stage, as the original fight that puts you on a downward lift right before the question mark block with the propeller had. But when I tried to move the level up, there still wasn't enough vertical room for the level. I also realized that there wasn't enough horizontal room for the second part of the Mega Bowser fight either, so I decided to just make the first part. Giant Bowser also had some problems to work out. Unlike in the Wii, where he only comes closer to Mario after a few seconds and only comes closer by swatting away the bricks closest to him, Giant Bowser didn't use the fire move nearly as much and was constantly jumping right next to me and not allowing me to get away in time. So instead of having the level have solid walls that we need Bowser to break through, I added some areas for Mario to get through so he won't be trapped by Bowser. After that, I added a checkpoint and some power-ups to make sure the player didn't have to get through as regular Mario. I also added some boss levels and final boss level music effects to the Koopaling and Bowser's. And I went to do a clear check, but in the clear check I couldn't end up going through the checkpoint area and beating it by the checkpoint. But anyway, now it is time to test the level. Okay, here we go. From the start. Let's play this level. Glad I added that there, because these bosses can be tough without power-ups. Darn, Larry. Larry got me.
Oh,
Darn.
no.
Okay. Let's go. Come on. I jumped high enough. Let's go. Here we go. Okay. There we go, okay. Big for Morton too, so that's good. Don't want to be cute Mario, because that just ends up being sad. There we go, okay. Let's go. I can defeat Ludwig, we got this. Okay. Okay, here we go. On to Bowser. Let's go. I think I'm actually gonna do it this time. This is a good thing. I did not realize a level like this would be so hard. It's literally like every new Super Mario Bros. Wii boss. Okay. Let's go. There we go. Okay. Let's go. Finished it, finally. Okay, so there you guys have it. There's a clear check from the start. Now I gotta do it from checkpoint. Oh. So there you have it, folks. That's every boss battle in New Super Mario Bros. Wii that I made into one level. I haven't uploaded it to Course World yet, but I will as soon as I can get past the start from checkpoint area of the level. I hope you enjoyed this video, and before you go, don't forget to subscribe to my channel to help me reach that goal of 1,000 subs. And while you're still watching, why not check out another video of mine on the screen? See you next time!